Welcome to Sorcha and Lilac, the Island Knitter Podcast TV. I'm Claire, and here you'll find a cozy mix of knitting, music, and stories inspired by Orkney life. Every stitch begins with a story. Sometimes it's the quiet hum of yarn between your fingers. Other times it's a whisper from the past, a forgotten thread calling to be reborn. So for 10 days, I set out on a creative journey. Not for perfection, but for play, for joy, for that spark of what if that every maker knows. Day 1, unwrapping the Just Because quilt. Not planned, not practical, just because it felt right. I opened old fabric boxes and found stories stitched into scraps, holidays, curtains, worn sleeves. This quilt isn't perfect, but it holds a perfect joy. Day 2, transform your leftover yarn into masterpieces. Every skein deserves a second act. From tangled ends come new textures, coasters, cuffs, even art for the wall. Nothing wasted, everything transformed. Day 3, exploring Orkney's hidden knitting spots. The wind always knows where the best stitches live. I wandered between stone walls and seaweed shores, knitting by cliffs where the gulls sing in counterpoint to my needles. Day 4, transform old yarn into new projects. Wash, unwind, rewind, give each strand a new breath. There's beauty in renewal, even in the softest unraveling. Day 5, the ultimate guide to designing your first pattern. Begin where you are. One stitch, one thought. Patterns aren't rules, they're stories told in sequence. Dare to tell yours. Day 6, from grandma's old curtains to a stylish new piece. The past isn't something to keep in a drawer. It's something to wear proudly. Lace reborn as sleeves, memory turned into movement. Day 7, transforming old knits into stunning wearables. I took that stretched out jumper and turned it into a cardigan. I mended holes, added whimsy, let imagination guide the scissors. The result, a whole new soul, same heartbeat. Day 8, knitting across cultures, from the Nordic North to the Andes to the Isles of Japan, and every stitch holds heritage. Knitting is a conversation across centuries, a language we all understand with our hands. Day 9, behind the scenes of my pattern design, sketchbooks scattered, coffee stains on graph paper, and that moment when math becomes magic. This is where ideas turn into heirlooms. Day 10, fun with quilting threads, a sweet summertime stitch. Because creativity isn't about finishing, it's about continuing, about showing up, thread in hand, heart open. 10 days, 10 stories. And somewhere in the threads between them, a reminder that making is more than craft. It's how we see the world anew. I'm Clary, and this is Knitting Life Orkney. Let's keep creating, one stitch, one story, one day at a time. I will see you in my next video. If you like what I'm doing, please comment, like, and subscribe to Sorcha and Lilac, the Island Knitter. Keep knitting.